I welcome you to complete website design with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. In this course, we're going to learn how to build a full functional website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, before we go ahead and start building this website, we'll first of all learn the basics of HTML, the basics of CSS, and the basics of JavaScript. We are going to use a text editor known as Notepad++. There are so many text editors out there like Sublime Text, Atom, and other ones, but our preferred choice is Notepad++. Let's go ahead and download Notepad++. Go ahead and move to notepad++.org, and there you get to this page, and right here go ahead and click on download, and it's going to open up a new window entirely for you. From here you can go ahead and download any one of these. The latest version is Notepad 7.8.9 at the time of making this video. So this is the latest version at this moment. When you scroll down, you can see other versions, but we'll go ahead and download the latest version at the time of making this video. If you're watching this video maybe any other time apart from now, that means the version might have gone up, or it might have gotten the latest version at the moment. But go ahead and download the latest version at the time you're watching this video. Alright, let's go ahead and download this one right here. So when you click on download, you get you to this point. So if you're using 32-bit system, you go ahead and download this for 32 bits, and if you're using 64 bits, you scroll down and you can see 64 bit. So this is for Windows PC. If you're using Mac OS, you will see the one for Mac OS. They are all just the same thing. So go ahead and download your own version and run it immediately. Just like any other application, it is not so tedious. Just go ahead and extract it from the zip file and you kick off immediately. If you have successfully installed Notepad++ on your system and open it up, you're going to get to this point. So this is a blank page entirely. Alright, so what you need to do is you go ahead and learn how to save your file, because you have to save your file either as HTML, CSS, or JavaScript. So to save your file as HTML file, it's going to be .html. For CSS, it's going to be .css, and for JavaScript, it's going to be .js. Now let's go ahead and learn how to save our file. Go ahead and go to Save As, and I have a folder I created. As a web developer, always ensure you create a folder for all your works. Okay. Now I'm going to name this to be index, and the next thing I need to stress out here before we move into this course is that whenever you're designing a website, the first page is going to be indexed, because when you upload this file to your cPanel and you want to launch this, it's going to look for index.html file. That is the first file it's going to look for before it can be able to execute your website and make it open for everybody. If there's nothing like index.html, your file is not going to run and your website will not be visible to your audience. Therefore, your very first file is going to be index.html. Now, if you want to save that, you can always write index.html, or you go ahead and click Save As Type, and then you drag this down and you're going to see hypertext markup language. That is for HTML file. If you want to save this as CSS file, you're going to see cascaded style sheet file. That is .css. And if you want to save this as JavaScript, you're going to see JavaScript file.js. Now we need .html. You can go ahead and look for hypertext, and that is right in here, and click on hypertext markup language file, and you go ahead and save that. Alright, so now we have index.html file, and that is our very first file in web design. So this is where we are going to start and then learn how to design a website. So before we go ahead and start designing a website, we're going to learn about the structure of our HTML. That is the HTML structure. So we are going to use HTML5. And for us to do that, we're going to tell the system that we're using HTML5 by going up here and say doc type. Go ahead and say doc type, and that is going to be in capital letter. So doc type HTML. So this is a way to tell the web browser that you're using HTML5. And once you do that, the next thing you're going to do is you go ahead and put the HTML structure, and that is HTML. Now go ahead and close that. And this HTML tag has open and close. So anytime you open that, you go ahead and also close that .html. Now, so whatever you're going to write is going to be inside this HTML tag, open and close. So this is called the opening tag and this is called the close tag. So everything about HTML or web design is going to be inside a tag. We're going to discuss more about tags. There are so many tags in HTML. We have the heading tag, we have a paragraph tag, we have so many tags, but they are specified in this course. So you're going to follow the lecture step by step to know about all these tags. Now, for us to be able to understand the HTML structure, we are going to write the HTML structure inside the HTML tag. So after you've created the HTML open and close tag, you go ahead and add the head. So the head is the next thing. So, and you go ahead and close the head. Now you've closed the head. The head comprises of your title and the meta tags and descriptions and so many more, which we are going to deal with when we dive into the course properly. Now, after the head, it contains the body. Let's say the body of your website design, and you go ahead and close the body as well. So this is the basics of HTML design. The HTML open and close, the HTML head open and close, the HTML body open and close. So everything you open must be closed. If you don't close that, you're going to run into an error or it's not just going to work. Alright, so inside the heading tag, you can go ahead and place your title right in there. Let's say our title of this is going to be title tag, and then go ahead and close the title tag, and I'm going to say that this is HTML by GSteve, and then go ahead and close your title tag again, and that is all. Always put open and close tag. Okay, so this is the closing tag for title and this is opening tag for title. So you can see that everything HTML is about open and close tag. All right, though we have some things like break that don't need open and close tags, but we're going to discuss that more when we dive into the lectures. Now let's go ahead and run this and check it out. So go ahead and click on run, and if you go to this point and here is blank because you installed this newly, what you need to do is go ahead and click this small icon right here. It opens up this, and you might not see index.html here. So move your mouse down here and you're going to see executable file. Click on this and click on all files, and here you can see index, and select that and click open, and it will put up that right inside here. Go ahead and save that, or you go ahead and run it. So once you run it, go ahead and open up this, and you can see that the title right here is HTML by GSteve. So this is the title we're talking about. So you can see we always have title in everything we do, and I believe that as time goes on, you understand more about titles, you understand more about body, tags, and every other thing. So for now, go ahead and close this. So the next thing is, let's go ahead and look at the body tag. So for a body tag, you can go ahead and write in anything right here. I'll go ahead and add something like a paragraph tag, and I'm going to say P for paragraph tag, and I'm going to say welcome to HTML by GSteve, and I'll go ahead and close the paragraph tag. So remember I told you that everything has opening and close tag. So you open and you close the tag at the same time. Now you go ahead and always save this. Remember I said you can use Ctrl S to always save. Now go ahead and run this code and let's check it out. So run this code and check it out. So you can see we have the title right here. When you bring your mouse here, you can see HTML by GSteve. You can see local or shared file, because you are running this from your system, you don't host it on any server. All right, and inside the body you can see welcome to HTML by GSteve. So this is where we can add so many things, body color, the background color, and so many more. Now this is just the beginning part to introduce us into what we're going to see. We are going to write this code and do so many things inside this course. So for now, I've just introduced us to download and installation of Notepad++, and I let us know that we are using HTML5 for this course. Okay, so this is HTML5 and not HTML4 or anything lower than HTML5. Okay, so It is very simple to understand, and if you have any question, go ahead and use the question and answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.